All right, let's try to help you out here with the third question. So I'm guessing it's use the market demand curve to illustrate the change in consumer surplus if the price drops from $30 to $25. So again, understand that if we had, I'm going to try to recreate this here so I have it. Let's make that 30. Make this 25. And I know I'm not really to scale, but this was 1,000 and this was 500. So remember consumer surplus, and if we don't understand that, it's really pretty simple. It's just consider it as the deal or the bargain that somebody gets. It's just the difference between what consumers are willing to pay and what they do. Now, at $30, you're only going to have these 500 consumers, and anything above this price level of $30 and below the demand curve is going to be that consumer surplus. I think in the example, if I said that was 40, we get $10 of consumer surplus. Well, if we lower the price, what this means is all of these consumers from 500 to 1,000 now see this t-shirt as being worth it. So by lowering the price from $30 to $25, we open up all of these additional consumers and the additional surplus. These people who 1 through 500 who were getting a good deal in their minds are getting even a better deal, right? They're getting an additional $5 of benefit that they didn't have before. They would have bought it at 30, goes to 25. They're still buying it. They're just feeling, they're just getting more surplus value. It's just a better deal. So what the question is asking you to do is use a market demand curve. That's what we just drew to illustrate the change in consumer surplus if the price drops from 30 to 25. So here is the initial consumer surplus. Everything below the demand curve, above the price, here is the additional. So when price drops, we gain all of this as consumer surplus. Now if we want to figure out what we've actually gained here, we can go ahead and figure out the area of this new area. So if you look at, let's just do here, we got this block we'll figure first. That's $5. That's that difference right there. And this is 500. So 5 times 500 is equal to 2,500. And we're going to do, since it's the area of a square, actually we take the whole thing, we don't need the half. So we got this, there's $2,500 of additional consumer surplus, plus we got this triangle to figure out. So we got the same base of that triangle, which is 5 times, and we got additional 500. But since it's a triangle, we're only going to do half of that. So 5 times 500, that's 2,500. We cut that in half, and that's 1,250. Add those together. Then we have an increase of $37.50 in surplus value just by lowering the price from 30 to 25. Now, hope that helps or makes a little bit sense. And then if you go down to the next question you guys are wondering about, number 4. You look at the marginal utility here. This one says that the price of X is twice the price of Y. So if X is twice as much as Y, and we are going to try to maximize utility, which means we have to be in consumer equilibrium, right? Remember, the marginal utility per dollar has to be equal, right? That's the formula we learned about yesterday. So if X is twice the price of Y, in order for us to gain equilibrium, how much more utility must X have than Y? Well, if it's twice the price, in order for us to be in equilibrium, it has to be twice the utility. Okay, so twice the price, it has to be worth twice as much in order for us to gain what we call that consumer equilibrium. So that's what must be true about the equilibrium relationship between the margin utility levels. They have to be equal to each other. Hope that helps.